Welcome, everybody, to the TechBrew podcast, where tech talk meets late night Discord energy, and every episode is basically a group chat that got out of hand.
I'm Emoticon Trash, raised on Sprite and PlayStation 2 games.
And I'm Cam, running on caffeine, nostalgia, and way too many browser tabs.
Each week, we break down what's hot in gaming, tech, and internet culture because someone has to, and our group chat wasn't cutting it.
Nope. So crack open a cold brew, and let's dive in.
Okay, today we're going to talk about AI generated going on with Fortnite and SAG-AFTRA.
And in Nintendo news, select the Switch Nintendo 2 games will be $80.
So basically on this article, what's been going on with Fortnite recently, on Monday, SAG-AFTRA, and in some news, announced an unfair labor practice filing with the National Labor Relations Board against Llama Productions over Fortnite's agreement with Jones Estate to use his voice for a feature that allows players to have conversations with the Sith Lord, arguing that the agreement does not extend to others who have also voiced the character. This is what SAG-AFTRA spokesperson said, quote, "We celebrate the right of our members and their estates to control the use of their digital replicas and welcome the use of new technologies to allow new generations to share in the enjoyment of those legacies and renowned roles." End quote. However, we must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions around uses of voice that replace the work of our members, including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythm and tone in video games. So to keep up to date with some people using them, a lot of people just butchered in very inappropriate ways and having kind of just doing whatever they want with Darth Vader's voice. From what I've seen, nothing too bad from what I've seen, but I think it's okay to say. But some people are like, oh my gosh, it's Darth Vader. And he comes up and he's like, what is your bidding or something? And they'll say, call me Big Puff Daddy. And it'll be like, okay, Big Puff Daddy. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, I think again, I don't play Fortnite. I never have. I never will. But
Same.
I think I'd assume before it was released to the public that they probably restricted it from being able to say lots of things. One would hope.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's interesting that like we were talking about it before we recorded. Like, I guess I don't fully understand the issue. Like, my thing is like they asked the James Earl Jones estate if they could use his voice, and they said yes. So like, you can use his voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember the article you brought up said something about, like, an unpaid labor. And I'm like, to who? The guy is not alive. You're going to pay him from the grave just to stick, $5 million down his grave? I mean, like, I don't know. I'll take it.
Yeah. Fortnite previously announced the feature on Friday, thanking Jones Estate for the opportunity to make this happen for players, sharing a statement from the late actor's family. Quote, James Earl felt that the voice of Darth Vader was inseparable from the story of Star Wars, and he always wanted fans of all ages to continue to experience it, end quote. They said, we hope that this collaboration with Fortnite will allow both longtime fans of Darth Vader and newer generations to share in the enjoyment of this iconic character.
Yeah.
But people got way too carried away and basically just used the voice in very inappropriate ways. And so now things are having to be settled.
I'm not surprised.
So, and yeah, just, I never played Fortnite, but as I came across on some like YouTube shorts, I think about it, of what's been going on and learning more about it, it's like, come on. But I would probably say you would probably agree too. Whatever AI it would be, or if it's like free access to a lot of stuff, there's always going to be people that are going to troll, or they're always going to abuse the system. Yeah.
No, it's absolutely always going to get abused. I mean, even paid stuff gets abused, but especially free stuff.
True.
It's just like you have more people flocking to that kind of technology for sure. But Yeah, I know AI in the gaming industry is a very hot, just in general, is just a very hot topic right now too. Just in different like you hear a lot of these CEOs of gaming companies saying they're using it for this or that or this or whether
Hmm.
it's like solely replacing somebody or whether it's assisting somebody. I know we kind of touched briefly on like the Call of Duty thing, which I know we didn't officially talk about, but Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was is got caught using AI generated images for like their banners and stuff, and you can tell it's clear as day that you can tell that they're AI generated. It's not even
Yeah.
funny. I think AI is gonna run gaming if not used properly.
If not used properly, yeah.
I don't know
And
what properly is, to be honest with you, because I think it should entirely stay out within. I mean, so it can obviously. There's certain like AI using AI in gaming. There's only one, maybe there's a few, but there's one thing that comes to mind when I think about AI in gaming, uh, and that is like, I mean, it is AI, but it's not like the AI that we have today. Is like when you have a town with a whole bunch of NPCs, you can use AI to basically give them quote unquote a brain to like walk around and kind
yeah,
of like scan
yeah.
their like you can make them feel more alive with AI, and this has been a thing since the early 2000s. I know one of the episodes we talked about a long time ago. I mentioned my favorite video game, Bully Scholarship Edition, uses AI or what they called AI
Hmm.
um, to make the townspeople walk, like walk and go to like destination A, B, C.
Hmm.
And granted, that's probably a loose version of AI, but so I can see AI still being used for that, and I think it should be. I think when when you have a vast world of NPCs and whatnot, obviously being having them be more lifelike is obviously good because then it looks more realistic. You sell more copies, bada bing, bada boom. So that's like the only thing I think AI should be used for is like that in video games. Like
Yeah.
don't generate art with AI and make it like behind a paywall or something. Like here's the season battle pass. It has these cool banners that we AI generated with the free software.
Yeah. I also do want to mention too, I would say maybe for older generations that I'm sure, which I'm sure you've seen a lot too with a little side tangent, but with like other YouTube channels now these days kind of helping break down how to catch AI like
Oh yeah,
scams and stuff. And
yeah,
like one thing you could I still do it too. If I notice something seems sketchy in my gut, is like always look at the hands
yeah.
because they can't generate hands probably. Usually stuff in the background. If like it's just like a bookshelf, some people say look at the books.
Yeah.
The
See
titles
if the text look like
look
text.
yeah, which they don't. They look like
No,
weird
like
PS PlayStation
yeah,
2, yeah,
like Greek
graphics.
characters. Yeah,
So that's something to help out if you're watching, just kind of look out for things like that
and
because
yeah, it's hard to explain, and maybe it's just because we are growing up in the age of AI. And
yeah.
so we're the youngsters. I mean, granted, we have obviously there's people who are younger than us who are probably more in depth and whatnot. But the thing with AI images, like they always to me, they have like the same. I don't even know what the right term is. Like skin shimmer, like their
Mm,
skin, like the shininess or like the reflectiveness of their skin is always the exact same.
yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain it, but if you like put like a real image of something and then an AI generated image that looks like really, really, really realistic, it's still like the skin just looks I don't know, it just looks off to me, and I
Hmm.
can always detect that it looks too perfect. I
Yeah.
guess it doesn't look like it doesn't look like skin, it looks like plastic.
Yeah.
But
Um anyway, so yeah, tell us a little bit more about what's going on with Nintendo, which I'm sure a lot of
what
people
isn't going on with it?
has. I
They're
don't.
running it.
I
Just
don't
kidding.
play much of. Yeah, I don't play much of Nintendo, but I have been hearing a lot of the.
Nintendo released or announced. I think by the time we release this, the Switch 2 will already be out because it's supposed to come out. I think pre-orders are like in June, so that's like a month away. They announced a few months ago when they did their Nintendo Direct that some select games would be like $80, which is scaring a lot of people because a lot of people don't want that to be the new like industry standard. And you can already kind of see that becoming the industry standard. There's another game I forgot to mention. Borderlands 4 that's
Mhm.
coming out. They mentioned they stated that their game is going to be $80.
You might.
80 bucks. They mentioned their game is going to be $80. So that on top of what Nintendo did, Microsoft is also having their games be like $80. This is becoming the industry standard. I mean, it is. Like, people are scared that it's gonna. I'm like, it already is. Like, once someone says, "Oh, price hike," and they can get away with it, and Nintendo will get away with it because Nintendo is like the biggest gaming entity ever, at least in in the other areas of the world besides the United States. Well, even in the United States, they're probably still the biggest.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they've set their select games to $80. They're trying to see if they can get away with it. They will. People will buy them for $80. And then other companies like PlayStation and Xbox and whoever will start making it a norm that their games are going to be $79.99 when their games don't have $79.99 worth of content. So I saw this thing, made me laugh. So in the gaming industry, you have like AAA, right? That is like an unofficial like rating system. Like a AAA game would be like Skyrim, like these big budget, big budget. Skyrim's old now, but Last of Us game, the Spider-Man games that just came out for the PlayStation 4, those are like AAA games. Like when there's like, I mean, it's as realistic as possible. There's a whole bunch of things. There's like 80 hours worth of content. Those are AAA games. And I saw someone mention that there's a new wave of AA games, what they're calling AA games, which are they call mid AA games are coming out. And I'm like, oh, what are these mid AA games? And they were like, oh, that Expedition 33, which is a game that just came out, and I just played. I'm like, that's a AAA game in my opinion, but it's $50. So they're basically calling any game that's less than $70 like mid-range AA game.
Yeah.
That hurts me a little bit because I remember when Halo used to be $50 back when the first Halo came out.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's just funny to see $50 being a mid game. It's like that used to be a AAA game, and now it's $70. I'm old.
Yeah,
But and then they got the Nintendo Switch coming out, the Switch 2, which has some pretty cool things for it. A bunch of features that they didn't put in the first one. But one of the things they mentioned about the Nintendo Switch 2 that irks me, and I mean I understand like that they pushed for it, and FromSoft was like, sure, well we think this is a good business venture. They're making a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive FromSoft game, which FromSoft is the one who makes Elden Ring and Dark Souls.
Oh,
they coined the term Souls-like.
Yeah.
Anytime a game is just absurdly hard and unnecessarily hard, where a boss can like one hit you, that's called Souls-like. And they're making a Souls-like games exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2. And which is funny because the Nintendo Switch 2 is only like a 1080p handheld at like 30 frames a second. They announced, I don't know if you saw this, they announced Cyberpunk is coming to the Switch 2. Yeah, figure that one out. They announced, I think it was like the head of CD Projekt Red came out and said that Cyberpunk's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be 1080p at 30 frames a second, or if you put the Nintendo Switch 2 in boost mode, which is a thing, it's 1080p at 40 frames a second. I'm like, no one is going to play that at 30 frames a second, 40 frames a second. You know what's gonna do is you're gonna load up Cyberpunk. Your Nintendo Switch 2 battery is gonna just explode, and then you're just gonna Speaking of another thing, I was gonna mention about Nintendo. I was talking with my brother about this when I was over at his house for game night, and one of the things that Nintendo is introducing with their Nintendo Switch 2 is they're having they have their like the terms and agreements that you sign up for.
Yeah.
Well, they put in a new section, and you can look it up. It's an actual thing. I'll have to find exactly where I found it, but they're putting in a section in the terms and conditions where if they detect that you have a pirated copy of any of their games, they will fry the battery remotely from your Switch 2. They will brick your device instantly. They will literally like software update a thing that will brick your battery and then just shut down and they'll ban your account for life. Your Nintendo Switch account. It's gone. Permanently gone. So, Don't pirate Nintendo
Usually,
games.
if it's like something from a different company, they'll just ban your account. But
Yeah, no, they will break your device.
There's a lesson
right?
for you kids out there.
And here's why. One, and it's dumb. So Nintendo also came out with a thing stating that all third party, and this is dumb, but Nintendo's Nintendo. Like Nintendo owns the entire Switch ecosystem.
Right.
Every aspect, every accessory, every video game that comes out with the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo is going to make a profit somehow, right? They're going to make the most amount of money they possibly can. So one of the things that they're doing, or that they announced, was that all third-party video games, so basically all video games not developed by Nintendo, are gonna, like, Nintendo is automatically the publisher of those video games.
Yeah.
So like, there are companies who are just publishers who, like, you develop a game and another company deals with publishing it to the world, right? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it happens all the time in like consoles. Like you can have a game made by Bethesda but published by someone else, or vice versa. Whereas with the Nintendo Switch, they're basically making themselves permanent publishers of all third-party video games. So, like, if you're wanting to develop a game for the Switch 2, the publisher who deals with distributing that game on the Switch is Nintendo themselves. They won't allow third-party publishers. They are the third-party publisher. So that's just double profit. So either they're making games and publishing them, or someone else is making a game and Nintendo is getting the profit for publishing it. They're not allowing a third-party company to publish that. So that's big dumb. But yeah. Also, the Switch 2 is like $500.
Yeah.
they've got handhelds out there that are like $600 or $700 that are like 2K, 2K screen, 199 million frames per second capability. A whole lot better than the Switch. So
yeah, the pricing for stuff it's getting ridiculous these days, and
we can talk about that.
Yeah,
it's happening, but we're not.
Yeah,
we're not gonna go there. We're not that kind of channel.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't think there's anything else really.
This is the very, very casual welcome back
video. Oh yes, yeah.
This video is whenever we decide to publish it, hopefully within the week. Saying how it's summertime now and I'm not in school, I have more time to do things. This is our welcome back. Very casual, very choppy.
Yeah, just a quick little update. It's just we've been kind of busy working on.
Listen. I've been in school, okay, and if you've been to school, you know how busy. I have 4 classes that I'm taking that I took last semester. I had so much homework last semester. I had like 30,000 essays. I didn't have time. Okay, I'm sorry. Leave me alone. I'm
sorry. Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone. But I promise. Look, I got the next. I don't know how many weeks off. I'm not doing any school this summer. None of my classes. I don't have any classes this summer, so I got like 8-9 weeks off. So we'll probably publish at least one.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Maybe 2.
So,
but
yeah, we're back definitely. So we'll definitely be able to
Backstreet's back.
Upload. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So
immediate copyright strike.
Yeah, we'll definitely make some more stuff coming your way, and yeah, we just been kind of busy. We've had some stuff come up, and we just kind of had to put some things on pause for a little bit
on the back burner.
Just life going on. So, but yes, we will definitely have some more stuff coming your way.
Yeah.
Yes.
But other episodes will be a lot more professional and longer and less edits and whatnot.
But we're not quitting. We're still here. We're not the channel that's like with the thumbnail just like we give up.
Right. Yeah. It's like, hey, we need to talk. Or what are they?
It's like no audio. The camera's just focused on these 2 chairs.
Yeah.
And we come down, we sit, we're like, we need to have a talk.
It just says an update. That's the name of the title, an update. And it's just, hey guys, listen.
Hey.
We've had some thinking.
It's about time we retire.
Right, yeah.
We've been doing this for, We've
done like 20 whopping episodes, 23.
Also, too, when this video comes out, we would have been doing TechBrew for a year.
Oh yeah, it was already, yeah, we didn't do anything for a year.
We
I remember
didn't.
you texted me like, "Hey, it's been a year," and I was like, "Great, I have 9 essays I have to do right now." No, I didn't.
But
Yeah.
no, like this has been a very fun year with TechBrew. Just kind of doing something that I'm hopefully, I'm getting out of it. I'm very passionate with doing this. I've always thought about, in high school doing YouTube stuff. So
Yeah, too. I never like knew what I wanted to do, but this
yeah,
is pretty chill.
yeah. And like I said, probably like in our, probably. Oh yeah, I remember in our second episode of we were talking about electric vehicles was during that time, maybe like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe that about that time. But that was when I was telling you, I was like, me and you were just chilling and we were just talking about electric vehicles for like an hour. And then
that was a hot topic.
That was probably a couple months later. We were just chatting again about something else, but I was just like, hey, do you want to just do a YouTube channel? We just talk about this stuff, like just technology stuff. So I was just like, let's do it. You know?
We did it.
So.
And there's over 100 of you that have stayed. Thank you. Mwah, Papa love you.
Thank you.
Papa love. No, I'm kidding. Oh, we also got a new pope. Well, we were in the United States.
Yeah.
The world, the Vatican got a new pope.
Oh yes.
He's an American.
He's an American.
But anyway, we're not a pope channel.
No.
I don't know if that's a thing. Pope news.
Stay update for it. Yeah.
Update everything. Yeah. No.
So. But anyway. But yes.
Give us ideas in the description. If anyone wants to type down, or not the description, in the comment section on things you want us to talk about. Video games that are coming out.
Yeah.
Video game conferences that are coming out. I know June 1. I know the Switch 2 is going to release or pre-order. It's going to come out, and I think also Xbox or Bethesda has a conference coming out in June where they announce whatever they're going to announce. I think it's June. Yeah, I think it's in June. And then Summer Game Fest is in August or September. Yeah. But
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But
so I guarantee you that'll be a very hot episode after that, because we're like, oh my god, Skyrim 2. Yeah. We could hope.
So, alrighty. I think that's about it. But yeah, just like a little quick update.
So the TLDR, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, we were busy, so leave us alone. Leave us alone. No, life got in the way, but life is okay right now. I'm not busy. I'm not in school. I don't have 9,000 essays I have to do. So
yeah. Also, I've been working on stuff on my personal channel. If you want to go check it out, Emoticon Trash.
How dare you?
I've been working, but you were busy during school.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a college education.
Sorry. Not like that. Not like that's important.
Right?
You know?
God forbid I'm 20. I don't know how old I am, but I'm down getting the college education. 27, 28, around there. I'll be 28 this year.
Alrighty. Well, thanks so much for hanging out. This is like a little quick update. Just kind of, we're still around.
Rambling episode.
Yeah, we're still
alive.
We're still alive.
Last time I checked.
So we appreciate it. So, and as always,
we'll see you in the next one. And we promise there's gonna be a next episode.
There will.
We'll make it happen.
We need to put the one eternity later.
Yeah. One.
Anyway, but yes, drink whatever your favorite beverage. Drink coffee in moderation, or your favorite beverage in moderation.
Water, coffee.
Yeah.
Nondescript coffee drink, or not energy drink that I can't show you for no reasons. It rhymes with Devia.
Anyway, yeah, in moderation.
Very good, very healthy.
Drink coffee and your favorite beverage in moderation, and don't take internet content at face value.
Correct, Mundo.
We will see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.